All right, everybody, welcome back. So this is my module called Think Like a Producer. So my background is in television, and I know from having come from a television background that it's very important that you can think the way that producers in the movies, in TV think, because it's just an intuitive way to get audiences, to get people to pay attention to what you're putting out in the world. So let me share my screen. And we'll get started. Okay, so here we go. It's Think Like a Producer, Secrets to an Informative Talk. So here's a little bit about me, just so you know what kind of makes me as an expert here is I was a reporter at Access Hollywood. I was the correspondent, the digital correspondent, and I had a role on the weekend show, and then I was able to get myself on the Daily Show as well. And through that, I've been on CNN, I've been on MSNBC, and I worked as a producer at the Today Show. You can see I worked for NBC.com as well. I was a producer at E! News, a supervising producer and a lifestyle producer there. And then I was a producer and a correspondent for Designing Spaces on Lifetime and The Balancing Act on Lifetime. So I've done a lot of TV in my day. I've done some international shows as well. And I have this sort of brain that's just been worked on since I was in my early 20s of how to craft and put together segments. So I want to share some of that knowledge with you because when you can think like a producer, your chances of being able to get on TV are much, much higher than if you couldn't think like a producer. Because producers, I always tell people, they like things sort of spoon-fed to them. They want things to just be handed to them. They don't want to have to think. They've got so many things going on. So when someone can come to them with an already great crafted idea and hand it to them, your chance of getting booked is so much higher as an expert in the media or them seeing your content. So the way that we're going to do this, it's called the hook, line, and sinker method. So you're going to hook them in, you're going to give them a great headline, and then you're going to give them the aha moment. So starting with your hook. So your hook is something that is going to grab somebody, make them interested, make them want to pay attention to you. And so just some ideas for things that would be hooks would be anything that people can relate to on a sort of a pop culture out in the vernacular of the world, anybody can relate to it. So these are things like the day of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So we have these sort of things that we do, these mindful Mondays, meditation Mondays, wisdom Wednesday, taco Tuesdays, Saturday self-care, soulful Sunday. A lot of people, if you go on Instagram, you can see what the hashtags are for each day of the week. So when you're thinking of a hook, you can always tie it to a day of the week. So if it's Taco Tuesday, maybe you can do a segment on, plant-based tacos, how to make plant-based tacos out of lentils and walnuts. Holidays are a great way to tie things to, pumpkin spice time. It's pumpkin time. It's apple picking season. Obviously the holidays like Christmas and Easter. And if you watch the Today Show and go on YouTube, you see a lot of people doing content that is tied to the holidays. Then of course there's national days. So if you go on a website, it's nationaldaycalendar.com, I believe, and there's a couple others out there, and they will tell you what all the national days. So these are things like the National Hot Dog Day, National Pumpkin Spice Day, National I Like My Hair Down Better Day. I mean, there's no shortage of days to celebrate in this world. And in fact, you can create your own national day. You can go on their website and put in for a day. If you can prove that you've got that hashtag or you've had a video that tons of people have watched or you have an organization, you can actually promote your own national day. But these are great ways to promote things. And you see a lot of people online will hashtag stuff or they'll create content, especially photos around those national days, National Ice Cream Sundae Day, National Vegan Day, whatever it is. Another hook, of course, is your personal authentic story. Whatever is going on in your life and who you are, your journey is unique to you. So you always want to be out there sharing your authentic story in hopes that it can help somebody who has a similar situation. Back to school, that's, one of those things that is, pop culture vernacular. And People love to tie things to back to school, summertime, which is, a great one, springtime, the equinox, the autumn equinox, the moon cycles, all of those sort of overreaching days can be great for hooks as well. The news is a fantastic one. Watch the news. Well, don't watch too much news, but see what news is out there. Try to find like newsy sites that aren't so in your face negative. But news stories are great to tie your own videos to. If a lot of people are talking about something that happened to someone in the media, then it's a great time for you to put together a video, counterbalancing that or reacting to it. That's a great time to do a hook. And then trends, anything that's trending. So the trends always change, black is the new black, pink is the new black, orange is the new black, whatever it is, there's always new trends. Banana clips are now back, I saw. So if you can tie videos to a new trend, so, you saw the banana clips are back, well, okay, how can you wear your banana clips so you don't have a giant forehead? Whatever it can be, you can tie things to these types of trends. Okay, so then in order to get people to pay attention, once you have your hook, you want to have your line. So that is your headline grabber. People are going to want to watch your video because the headlines are so good, or they're going to want to open your email if it's for content for a newsletter, or if you're trying to be an expert in the media, it's getting that producer to open your email up. So these are some of the things that you can do. So you want to make, I can't see it, so I have to move over a little bit, but the can't miss. So you cannot miss this. Open this email, watch this video. You can't miss this amazing thing that I do. I'm going to do 800 backflips, something that people cannot miss. So when you put that headline in there, the most important thing today, you can't miss, whatever it is, that's some great language. Like millennials have great headlines when it comes to this type of stuff. They're the way that their minds think, because they grew up in this, this era where a lot of us past millennials didn't grow up with the internet as much as they have. So they just have this down. So you can always look to the internet to get some ideas. Kind of once in a lifetime opportunities, like that's a great headline grabber. Your once in a lifetime opportunity to learn so-and-so, to learn about this. So someone's going to open that because they want, oh, what's that once in a lifetime opportunity? You won't believe this. How many headlines are out there saying, you won't believe this? You won't believe how this banana clip will transform your life, whatever it is. You won't believe how this yoga position can help ease your stomach pain. That type of, wow, look at this. You cannot believe this. Then there's the must know. This is something you must know. 5 must-have crystals for your home. That's one of my videos I did, so that it's going to get people to engage and say, oh my God, I got to know what those are, because I don't want to have to research 100 crystals. I want to know from this person what those must-haves are. So 5 must-have plant-based foods to have in your house. 5 must-have essential oils. 10 must-have salt rocks for your home, whatever it is, or the top 10 YouTubers for creating great content. Anything that's a must-have, must-see. And then shocking revelations. This is the favorite of the news. Something that's so shocking, you won't believe this. It's so shocking, you have to watch this, because it's either going to entertain you or inspire you or shock you. So that sort of shocking revelation headline is a good one. Then there's the how-to. How-tos always do really well. How to create pumpkin spice lattes without pumpkin, whatever it is. How to get your kids to stop watching YouTube, right? How to engage your audience even further. How to open a spa with no money. So how-tos are always a great headline grabber for people. And then whatever follows it, how to open your own ice cream shop, whatever it is, you're going to tell people that you've got the answer to how to do something. And then another headline grabber, and there's lots of these are just some examples, but sweet stories, like a sweet story about you in your life, about your child, about your grandparents, whatever it is that's going to make people get that, oh, how sweet. Oh, that's so lovely. You see a lot of this on Facebook, those sort of sweet little stories that draw you in. So those are the content that a lot of times will go viral, those really sweet, engaging stories. So think about that when you're creating your content, of sweet stories that you may have about your own life or your friends or your family or your teachers, whoever inspired you. So that's just another great way. And again, there's lots more. These are just some examples. And then the last thing you want to have is your sinker. So that aha moment that's going to make people go, wow, I'm so glad I watched this video or opened this newsletter or scrolled through my feed today to learn this. So these are things like where you go, wait, they said what? I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, that person said that. That's insane. Those are kind of those aha moments. Nobody knew, like something where nobody knew about a certain thing that you revealed about yourself. Like nobody knew I was 199 pounds and lost 85 of them when I was 10, whatever it is. Nobody knew that I could do backflips after I broke my wrist. Whatever it is, it's just that nobody knew moment, like, oh my God, I can't believe that she was able to do that, or he was able to create that, whatever it is. Nobody knew that I found a rock that proves that aliens are on Earth, whatever it is. And then that aha moment of informative, where you're really just informing somebody of something that's important in the world, important in life for them to know. That's another aha moment. Tear jerkers are always great aha moments, anything that moves people. And it doesn't have to be that news way of making people feel bad or you're playing on pity, but it's just like where you just connect emotionally to someone. That's the tearjerker. When you can emotionally connect to what someone has been through or is going through. People definitely love to watch those sort of tearjerker videos because it makes us feel something for other people, and that's a great trait of the collective. A revelation, similar to Nobody Knew, where you're revealing the information about something that you think nobody knows about. And there's lots of this content in the world. There are certain things that you're an expert in, somebody else is not an expert in. So you want to reveal to them how to live their best life ever, how to get to sleep without taking sleeping pills, anything that can reveal something that's going to get them to make a change in their life. And then that aha moment of write it down, like where you're asking people, like, you don't want to miss this information. Write this down. You must know this now. That's a great sort of sinker for people to get something that they're so inspired by it, they would go and get a piece of paper and write it down. And then, of course, another aha moment would be a recipe. Like you have to have this food. And so in order to create it, here is the recipe, and now you can go create it yourself. So that would be another aha moment. So I just wanted to show you guys some sites that I like. Notice I didn't pick CNN and I didn't pick MSNBC or anything like that. I picked something that is more in the vein of what Well World TV is trying to put out into the world. But these are just some great ways when it comes to doing this sort of hook, line, and sinker type of headlines. And these are mostly photos and stories, but you could also use these, and these could very well just click to a video link as well. So just looking at some of these, why did weight become the scapegoat for health issues? Says exactly what it is, right? Exactly what that is. The beauty, sleep, nighttime routine. Not a lot of words, but it tells you for the most part exactly what it's going to be. We're going to be talking about what you can be doing to help with your beauty at nighttime. And then gluten-free baking and alternate flours. So obviously, like what you can use when you don't want to use regular flour if you are gluten-free. I love this one, grieving the loss of a life you wanted. And, you know, that's one of those authentic stories where it's hopefully going to help me because someone else has been through it. And then just going over to New You, you know, their words are very, very simple and very short, but the images just really connect with it as well. So I love the one that says the halo glow. Within the picture, this shows me exactly what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about some sort of contraption that I can use on my face to make me look good, hopefully. Dermaplaning 101, is it worth the hype? I don't know what dermaplaning is, but just the fact that they said that is it worth the hype makes me say, oh, should I go see what that is? Why supplements are important now more than ever. You know, that's very simple, but it says like, oh, you know, why do we need to be taking supplements? There's something going on in the world that's telling me that I need to take supplements. Let's see what else I'm like on the Mind Body Grease. 7 coffee enhancing hacks to elevate your brew for optimal health perks. If that doesn't say it right then and there, then I don't know what does. That tells me exactly what I'm going to be doing. Brighten, smooth, and hydrate. 4 DIY face scrubs for a serious glow. right there, that's fantastic because it gives me that imagery of, oh, it's something that, you know, I can put on my face. It tells me that I can do it myself. Maybe I have, you know, products in my home. So these are all great headlines to get you to really engage with their content. And that's what we're trying to do, is get people to engage with your content as best as possible. So when you think like a producer, when you think what's going to make people click, when you think visually and what's going to make people see it in their eyes and feel it in their body, that's when you are thinking like a producer. So just in terms of content, one of the sites I really love that I wanted to show you guys that I think is doing it really well when it comes to series and thinking like a producer is Well and Good. They have a website, and then this is their YouTube channel. They've got 241,000 subscribers here. And when you have that many subscribers, people want to work with you, and you can actually reach out to celebrities and get them to work with you. So this is something to aspire to. And I just want to show you some of their series. So these are really people who are probably have hired producers to come up with these shows for them and help them out. I know like FabFitFun does this as well, where they've hired producers to help with things like this, but just wanted to show you their series. They're all very different, but they're very clean, very simple language on them. So just to go through, at the top left, you've got What the Wellness. So this is a series where one of their editors goes and she tries different wellness modalities. Now, obviously, this is not something you can do right now, but eventually we'll be able to go out and do these type of things. So, and it says exactly what it is. I tried a lymphatic drain massage. Even the photo speaks to what she did. And to me, I think it looks like this was even shot on an iPhone, like the photo. So you don't have to have all this crazy gear in order to do it. But she gave herself her show a title, What the Wellness. So that tells me that she's thinking like, is this really going to work? And I like it's got the question mark besides just What the Wellness. It's got that question mark that really speaks to what the content is. And then she's got her under headline, I tried a lymphatic drain massage, so that we know that this is the series about someone who's trying different modalities. And then she's got the pictures. So this is a really great visually well done thumbnail and series title and headline title. Really someone who is thinking with that producer mind of what's going to get people to watch the content. Then of course over here on the right hand side, you've got Trainer of the Month Club with Ash Wilking 15-minute Tabata workout. Very simple, of course. And we know that this is exercise stuff. It's got a picture of her doing exercise, which is fantastic. Very simple, very clean, utilizing the space within the photo to put her headlines, which is a great way when you do your thumbnails on Canva. Canva makes lots of those type of images where you can put your titling in there. So this is a great one for that. Very simple, very clean. And then this one over here on the bottom, it's you versus food. So just from this thumbnail, I get a sense of this is, you know, kind of shot in a studio on a white background, and she's going to be telling me about whether this food is good for you. So she's got you versus food, avocado, and then at the top it says surprising avocado benefits for your health. So all of the information is in this one little thumbnail with the image. And again, it's very, very clean. I think this is one of their editors that works for them who's doing this show. It's just a simple show, but it just that goes back to really being able to plan out your whole show and your whole series with that mind of all those things we talked about, hook, line, and sinker. So then you've got the avocado show. So the avocado show I watched on Well and Good is just a simple talk show with celebrities talking about their favorite, you know, wellness modalities and foods. And the hook here, of course, is the celebrity. So that's one of the things that wasn't on my list, but that's really what it is. It's the celebrity, and that's always going to draw people in. People do get drawn in by celebrities. So if you get to a point in your series when you can have celebrities on, this is perfect. I don't think this is an interview show. I think this is actually just the celebrities being asked questions and stuff. So, but it's very simple. All it says is the avocado show, and it's Jessica Alba, and it's kind of their brand. And that's a great way to brand as well. If you become part of a larger brand, is to create a show within their brand. And that's what they've done here. So, okay. So I'll stop sharing. I think that's it. So essentially what I want you guys to be thinking about is thinking the way that a producer of a blog would think, thinking the way a producer of a TV series would think. Think of like the Today Show. So when you watch the Today Show and there's someone going on to make food, they come in with their recipe already ready. They come in with the food that they're going to bring. They know exactly what they're making. So if they're baking, marijuana brownies, not that they would do that on the Today Show, but if that's what they were making, they would know exactly what they're going to be bringing. So when you craft a segment, I want you to be thinking of that. If I were going to be on the Today Show, if I were going to be on Kelly Clarkson's show, if I was going to be on Well and Good, what exactly would that entail? What elements am I going to have? Who am I taking with me? What's the name? What's the hook? What's the headline, and what's going to be the aha moment? If you can put all those things together, then you really are thinking like a producer. So that's what I do when I have a guest. When a guest comes to me and I want to come up with a topic, for instance, I have a guest coming up and he's an actor in Hollywood, has had some success, but also some failures. And so he and I chatted about that sort of ups and downs of Hollywood and what he's going through. And I loved what he said to me. Did I write it down somewhere? Oh yeah. He said what he's learned is to pause, pivot, and go. So when life isn't going your way, he just learned to take a pause, just think about, okay, well, what do I want to do next and what happened? And then pivot when things, you don't get the audition and it's not your dream and your dream isn't happening, then you can pivot, change different directions and just go. So I love that as a headline, pause, pivot, and go. And then I'm going to come up with another part of that headline to describe his journey. So and then as a producer, I think, well, what can help tell his story? Well, I want to get photos of him on set. He was on a pretty popular TV show on the Disney Channel. I want to get videos of him hosting different shows. And then I want to get photos with maybe his family, whatever his story entails, I want to add to that. So it's just thinking of how can I visually tell a story other than just talking and interviewing somebody? How can I make it interesting? So it really is just a mindset of thinking the way that somebody who is on the opposite side of that camera, I'm in front of the camera, but who's behind the camera, and how can I best explain through thoughts, words, pictures, videos, what I want to get across, what information I get across. So that's how you think like a producer: hook, line, and sinker. So we will see you in the next module.